In this episode, I'm giving college students 3 tips to help them grow their professional networks before they graduate and get into the real world. My name's Greg. I'm the introverted networker. And today I'm talking to college students, even high school students, because it's that time of the year when people are graduating and moving on to the next stage of their life. And from time to time, I get asked to come talk to college students about networking and how to network. There's a few things that they usually bring up when I talk through my process that they struggle with, that they think are objections. And I want to address 3 of those today to help any college students who are watching this. Even if you're not a college student and you're an adult, a parent, you probably know somebody who's in college, you could share this with them. Even if you've got a high school student that just graduated, this is great information because I'm going to talk about how to network in college and get a head start while you're in college. Or if you're just somebody who's looking for help networking, these 3 tips apply to you too. They'll apply at any point in your career journey. Let's get into the 3 tips, and hopefully this will help you out whenever you're struggling with your networking. Tip number 1, start with who you already know. This is step 1 in my process. In my networking process, I have the 5 steps for networking, and this is step number 1 for everybody. But college students typically say, I don't know anybody. They say, I'm not connected. I don't know who I would connect with. And the reason why they say that is they're not thinking about networking in a way that's going to be very accessible to them. They're thinking networking is knowing the CEO of a company or somebody who's an executive of a company or somebody who's really important and well-known. And that's not networking. Networking is having mutually beneficial relationships with people you know and trust. When you go to college, you meet a lot of people. Most of them are your classmates, but some of them are other people that are around you in college. All of those people can potentially be in your network. People in your major, in your classes, people in organizations, student organizations, whether it's student government or service organizations, fraternities, sororities, whatever you're into, whatever you're involved in on campus, the people you're involved with are people you know. Those are people who can become a part of your network. And actually in college is the best time to start to grow your network because there are all these people. You're meeting tons of new people. You're having conversations. You're getting to know them. So don't just think, oh, I need to know important people out in the world to network. I would say a couple other specific categories to focus on when you're in college. Get to know upperclassmen. Upperclassmen are going to be a couple years ahead of you in everything, probably. And most likely, they're going to be out looking for jobs before you are. They're going to be people who have internships. They're going to get job offers. So make connections with those people and find out what they did and who they connected with. And then as they go out into the world, stay in touch with them. Because when you're ready to start looking for a job, those will be great people to reconnect with and get advice from or get ideas on where you might apply. And possibly, if you have a strong enough connection, they may be able to refer you to companies that have openings, or they might be the ones that come back and do the on-campus recruiting process. And if you already know them, that might help you get a leg up in the process. So upperclassmen are one. Professors and advisors. Those professors and advisors have talked to tons of students over the years who have gone out into the world and are now working. Those are great people to connect with, to connect you to other people. So don't dismiss your professors and advisors because they know a lot of students. They know a lot of other people out in the real world. Those people have gone on to grow in companies and become important leaders and people that you could connect with. Maintain those relationships and think about other people who you already interact with, who know you, who you can have conversations with on a day-to-day basis. And those people can form the basis of your network. So that's number 1. The people around you, upperclassmen, your classmates, people who go out in the world, your professors, advisors, all part of your network. You have a much bigger network than you think you have. That's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is college students will typically say to me, I don't know how to connect with people. I don't know how to find people to connect with. And I don't really know. I mean, the Career Center told me I need this LinkedIn profile, but I'm not sure what to do with it. As a college student, get your LinkedIn profile filled out, complete, up and going, and use it to engage with people on LinkedIn. you have a golden opportunity here because networking takes time. It takes time to connect with people. It takes time to develop relationships. And you have 4 to 5 years to do that before you need to tap into your network. You have time to have conversations online with people on LinkedIn. You have time to turn those into relationships. So if the Career Center says get a LinkedIn profile, get one. Get a good picture on there, get a banner, get a headline, get an about section, start engaging on the platform. And college students will say, well, what does that mean? If you go out and you look for people who are in your field of study, who go on to be in certain industries or certain lines of work, start following the people that are posting things. Start commenting on their posts. Start connecting with them. Start finding ways to have those online conversations that will turn into real world conversations. As you do that, your profile will grow. And what I mean by that is you'll get more connections. You'll probably get more followers. And as that happens, you're going to be more visible on the platform. So this is why it's important to have your profile filled out on what you're interested in and what kind of fields you think you want to go into. And even if you don't know for sure, whatever you're studying at the time, whatever you're curious about, put that in your headline, put that in your about section. And as other people see that, they're going to want to help you. They're going to see this college student who's really trying to engage, and they're going to want to give you advice. They're going to want to give you guidance, or at least they're going to be open to you asking them questions about it. So if you're doing that, you're going to be ahead of most of the other people in college. Most college students won't be doing this. So really use your LinkedIn profile, start to figure out how to engage with people on the platform, start to trade knowledge and advice with people. And when you get to the point where you really need your LinkedIn profile, when you're looking for a job, yours will be so much farther ahead of your classmates. So use this time in college to really build out your LinkedIn profile and use the platform. I know it's not the coolest platform. It's not Insta. It's not TikTok. It's not all the things that a lot of college students are using. That's fine. You don't have to be on it all the time. Spend a few minutes a week, a few minutes a day if you can. And if you get to the point where you're posting stuff as a college student, I can tell you you're going to get people paying attention to you and thinking, wow, here's somebody who's really an up and comer. We're going to keep our eyes on this person. And you're going to be, again, so much farther ahead of everybody. So that's tip number 2. Tip number 3 is change your mindset about what you can give. And what I mean by that is part of my process is giving to other people in networking relationships first, before you even expect to get anything in return. College students typically say, I don't have anything to give. Why would anybody want something from a college student? Or what does a college student have that a professional wants? You actually have a different perspective on things, which is one thing you can give. You have your opinions. You have the view of a college student. You have the view of a young person. You have a different view on the world that is helpful for other people who are maybe 10, 20 years ahead of you in life. You also have access to your professors who are teaching you things and sharing knowledge and wisdom with you. Once you get out of college, you've got to go seek that stuff out for yourself. You're not always going to classes learning when you have your day job. And it's valuable for people who are not on campus anymore to hear what people are learning, hear the newest trends, hear the latest research. They're probably not going to see that. So if you share that with people in a networking relationship, an idea, a recommendation, some advice, things like that, if you share that, people are going to appreciate that and they're going to want to help you. I think the other thing that you have, again, perspective, is what is it people in your major or in your college or in your stage of life want from an employer? Because again, remember, there's employers out there that are going to want to hire the best talent coming off of college campuses. And they're going to want to know how they set themselves apart in terms of roles or experiences or comp or benefits or all these things. Having access to that is going to really be valuable to them. And that's what you can share with them. You can say, hey, most of my classmates are really looking for these things in a job. And if an employer says, okay, I can do those things and hire people, man, they're really going to feel like you gave them something of value. So don't think that because you're in college, you don't have valuable things to give to people. You definitely do. You just have to change your mind about what you think value is. So those are my 3 things, the 3 things that I think you can do as a college student to grow your network now. Because again, like I said, you have this golden opportunity to grow your network before you need it. Most people start their network when they need something, and that's the worst time to do it. So if you can start growing it while you're in college and learning how to network, you're going to be so much farther ahead of all the people you're going to be competing with for jobs. I hope that's helpful. Hopefully that gives you some direction. Again, even if you're not a college student, those are good tips to help you grow your network. So go out, give them a shot. Let me know how it goes. If you're struggling, please reach out. You can subscribe to this channel. You can subscribe to the podcast and the newsletter. You can find me on LinkedIn. I'm easy to find. Please reach out. Let me know what you're struggling with, but give it a shot. Go out there. Let me know how it goes. And remember, always be connecting.